This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Murder prompts a call for expansion of Jamaica I. Friday's brazen daylight murder of a man at a shopping plaza has prompted the renewal of a call by Montego Bay Chamber of Commerce and Industry President Janet Silvera for increased Jamaica I surveillance in the parish. The murdered man, Champy McGarth Reed of Coral Gardens, is said to be the son of Canute Reed, also known as Roy, who was shot dead nearly 9 years ago on Gloucester Avenue in Montego Bay by gunmen who robbed him of his licensed firearm. He was sitting in his bus when he was approached by 3 men, one of whom disarmed him of his gun and shot him. He later died at hospital. On Friday, police reported that sometime after 11 a.m., Champy Reed was walking in the plaza when he was shot by gunmen. He was taken to Cornwall Regional Hospital where he was pronounced dead. The murder led to an interruption of business on the complex. The business community is willing to fund their own cameras, modern cameras that can help with crime fighting. We are awaiting the Jamaica I people to come and speak to us and see how best the business community can help to reduce even those crimes that we are not able to see by putting in modern cameras that can help with crime fighting, Silvera told the news. She said Friday's gun attack could have led to the injury or death of other individuals in the shopping plaza. Where it happened put so many other people's lives in jeopardy. Crime is coming closer and closer to regular persons who are not involved in crime. Any innocent person who was doing business in that district could have been shot, and that is why we have to find a way as a business community and as a city to come together in what I call collective security and help to reduce crime in the parish of St. James, Silvera said. The police cannot do it alone. They cannot be everywhere, so they need the eyes and the ears of the community. And so the onus is going to be on us as well to ensure that we help to solve what is happening around us, because we cannot continue to live like this, she added. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang had said recently that Jamaica I, which is already extensive in Montego Bay, now needs to be hooked up with the commercial sector. He said that will be done later this year. St. Mary brothers charged with the murder of Chinese couple. Police have confirmed that 2 brothers have been charged for last December's murder of a Chinese couple in Bellevue near Southfield in St. Elizabeth. Business owners 53-year-old Shi Yong-shu and 48-year-old He Kong Wong were killed when gunmen held up Jojo's supermarket in Bellevue District on December 23, 2021. 3 gunmen were caught on a closed-circuit television system posing as customers in the supermarket before killing the Chinese couple. A police source said the brothers Nigel and Nicholas Walters, both from St. Mary, were apprehended in 2 recent operations in the New Market Police area in St. Elizabeth and in St. Anne. The source said another brother is also in custody in relation to a recent shootout in St. Elizabeth. In relation to the murder of the Chinese couple, a 3rd suspect, Tommy Thompson, remains on the run. Court hears of deep suspicion among gangsters. City Post, the alleged top-ranking member of the St. Catherine-based Klansman gang who adopted the moniker Lucifer, had begun to distrust the sole female accused in the ranks of the criminal organization, Stephanie Christie, alias Momo, who also purports to be a woman of the cloth. Witness number 1, a former member of the criminal organization who has been giving evidence for the Crown, told the court on Friday that Christie, who is supposedly the pastor of a church in St. Thomas, was pegged by the mysterious co-conspirator, so far only identified as City Post in the trial, as an informer. According to City Post, Christie was behind the arrest of a number of the gang's members and had engineered a shootout with the police in which 2 of his cronies were killed. He had voiced his suspicions during a phone call with the witness, who at the time was working with the police unbeknownst to his former allies. The witness had recorded the phone call and it was played into the records of the court on Friday. "We have her as an informer. What kind of position she hold? That the girl they can't expect anything, brother. I must the host them a go buy a foreign. I can't volunteer work, City Puss is heard saying on the recording. Asked to explain what was the substance of that comment by City Puss, witness number 1 said, basically he is saying Mama is the one going on ID parades and pointing out the persons. So he is saying she is the informer and she can't be doing it for free. They must promise her something. That explanation by the witness triggered an exaggerated Jesus from Christie, who was seated in the dock. City Puss, continuing the reasoning behind his accusation, was further heard saying, "Me have it all over me head a boom like ball. Maybe she run the program pa on the other day." This, the witness explained, was in reference to a deadly gun battle with the police on Garbally Drive in St. Catherine after a dramatic car chase through the old capital where 2 gang members were killed. The witness, who was the 3rd occupant of that vehicle, escaped unharmed and was taken into protective custody by the police, with whom he had been working undercover since 2018 to dismantle the gang. "Wickedest thing of the girl moved the youth from where him did there," City Puss stated. According to the witness, the youth, who the gangster was referring to, had been his protege called Dino. The witness said City Puss had groomed Dino as a shooter. He said Dino, who had been moved from Jones Avenue to a housing development in Old Harbor, had been killed alongside his brother, known as Cake Soap. In the meantime, the witness further alleged that Mama was not the only one in which City Puss was losing confidence. Included in the number of distrusted, he said, was the accused Jazeel Blake alias Squeeze Eye and the accused Fabian Johnson, also known as Crocs. According to the witness, he was the one to tip off investigators about the gang's plan to kill Squeeze Eye. He said based on that tip, the police had taken Squeeze Eye into custody. The witness said Squeeze Eye had been marked for death because it was felt he was a snitch, and as such, alleged gang leader Andre Blackman Bryan wanted him dead. Also on Friday, Bryan was heard during a phone call with the witness, expressing confidence that he could not be prosecuted or that there was no witness who could peg him, similar to the way in which his rival Tesha Miller had been pegged by a witness, also a former gang member. The testimony of that witness helped in the conviction of Miller, who is now serving a life sentence. Watch ya know, them come so boop. You see, if somebody a go be a witness, them have to come in the gang from Miller time, for really be a good witness. You understand me? For say I missplit the gang from Miller. That are the wickedest thing them no have. Bryan is heard saying, "A 2014 the anti-gang legislation coming, so nothing before 2014 can be used against me," Bryan said calculatingly. During Thursday's sitting of the court, the witness testified that City Puss had adopted the moniker Lucifer when carrying out his extortion activities. The information emerged while the witness was providing details about a discussion during a phone call about a property that Christie had occupied but was being claimed by relatives to her chagrin. "So right there and then no, me a go want you off a page one of them," Christie said. City Puss, whom the witness has described as evil, responded, "Can't use them style upon we, you mad? Get me a number, make me chat to them." "Yeah man, from me call them and tell them a Lucifer man. Me nah know wing you know man. Lucifer man, back up half a man thing." When Christie added, "The man them make me uncomfortable," City Puss, for good measure, said, "Yo, Mr. just get the number." The trial of the 33 people accused of being members of the gang resumes on Monday morning at 10. St. Mary businessman shot dead by masked gunman, wife escapes unharmed. A businessman was killed, but his common-law wife escaped serious injuries when a masked gunman attacked them outside their business establishment in Rio Nuevo, St. Mary on Thursday. Dead is 54-year-old Delroy Hall of Huddersfield in the parish. Reports reaching the news are that about 6:20 p.m., Hall and his female companion were standing outside their business place when a masked man armed with a handgun scaled a fence. The gunman then opened fire, hitting Hall in the upper body before fleeing the scene. The woman, who reportedly ran when the gunshot started, was unharmed. Hall was assisted to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Head of the St. Mary Police, Superintendent Bobette Morgan Simpson, says no motive has yet been established for the fatal attack, noting that a probe is ongoing at this time. Security guard foils a robbery in Stony Hill. A security guard on Friday evening thwarted a robbery at a Chinese-operated business establishment in Stony Hill Square in St. Andrew. The incident occurred at 8:30 p.m. The news understands that the security guard challenged the would-be robbers. One man was shot and injured and a 9mm pistol recovered. He is now in hospital. Another man has since been held by the police. Eyewitnesses say about 8 shots were fired. The roadway leading into Stony Hill was cordoned off and the traffic diverted. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.